Alright everyone, and welcome back a little bit earlier than I was expecting actually to another league race. We're here today for the final round of ULC. We did race in the first round of the season in Tier 2, and we're finally back again then for the final race in Tier 1. So yeah, only 2 appearances from the rest of the season, but I mean I wasn't actually expecting to appear at all this season, so you know I'm fine with that. And yeah, once again here then representing AOR, which as I said before is a great honour to be be a part of. And yeah, I was hoping to get a good result here. I knew it would be quite difficult, but yeah, there's not really anything to play for now in the championships. It's been Matthias and Evo that have been racing mainly in Tier 1 this season, because I think Limitless was originally meant to be like one of their main drivers, but then became a reserve. And Jason and Rosberg have been doing very well in Tier 2. Jason wrapped up the title in that one. And yeah, Matthias then didn't race tonight, and I don't think Evo could make it either, so both me and Limitless were actually racing then as the 2 reserves. So yeah, but AOR I've got like 2nd place wrapped up in the championship. STS have already wrapped up the 1st place, and Matthias has got 2nd place guaranteed. So yeah, there wasn't really anything to race for here today. Unfortunately, we were only 12th. I made a few mistakes, so I think could have probably put me 11th because there was quite a gap there. So I was kind of disappointed, but I knew that maybe qualifying outside the top 10 could work to my advantage, because tyre wear is quite bad around here, and we see a strategy then it is going to be, well, a 1-stop predicted for us, but I imagine most people will have to go for a 2-stop here. So yeah, it could work to our advantage and qualifying outside the top 10, but yeah, I was a little bit disappointed at sort of how far down I was. So we'll see what we can do then, as we're on the grid now then, and we've got the lights coming on now. Away we go then, a very long hold there on the lights, and yeah, we don't get the best start though. We are going to have the inside line though for turn 1, we'll see what we can do, as there's not really anywhere for us to go there. We were quite cautious as well, and yeah, we'll see what we can do then as we head now round 10-3, and it does look like we've got well, a nice slipstream here. Then we'll try and see if we can get past Midget here now then, as Tez crashed out somewhere behind us. We're on the inside line for turn 4, but Midget just about gets there in front of us, as our Tig Avenger goes out wide and Midget has made up the place there. And yeah, it's turn 12 place for the time being then. It's all very close in front of us. I think a little bit of contact with someone up in front. Our Tig Avenger has lost it there. We look to the inside of Midget into the next right-hander, as the 2 Williams are side by side for a brief second. We're on the outside of Midget. We'll see if we can get a good drive here out the corner. Looks like we've done that, and yeah, we're going to actually look to the inside as well, if more so into whichever corner number that is. But yeah, we're side by side then. He's got the inside line for this downhill left-hander, and yeah, he manages to retake the position. And then through Jansau, he lags big time there, and yeah, luckily no contact, but we're right on the back of him. We lost a bit of time from that, and now Midget is right alongside us almost, as we're looking to try and get past more so, as we've got MGX Joe I think in the pits there for McLaren. I'm not sure which league that is, but yeah, he was in. As we're going around outside then, but it's actually 3 wide because Midget was down the inside as well, so I think more so got a bit sandwiched there, and we were on the outside. We got a little bit of contact there, but yeah, we stay in 9th place and we've overtaken more so, but yeah, Midget's through, and we've got 3 people behind us then trying to pass us. One of those people was the Flying Finn, who didn't qualify. The championship's already wrapped up for him on STS, as Herschel crashes out of the race there. That gives us a place, but yeah, the Flying Finn crashed out, I think deliberately in qualifying, to just, I think replicate what Hamilton did in real life, because yeah, as I was saying, STS have wrapped up the championship and Finn has wrapped up the drivers, as he looks at the inside into turn 1. A little bit of contact there as we tried to hang on, and yeah, we did have the inside line for turn 2, but yeah, he had a much better drive then, and yeah, he managed to get ahead. Interestingly, he did start on the super soft tyres rather than the soft tyres, which I did. But yeah, on to lap 6 then, and Leopard has lost it there, or left, but I still can't remember how you say that from when I raced him in the F1 league. But yeah, that gained us a place. Then we had VSR Simon in the pits there. Then a few laps there we had Callum in, and STS F1 Alonso. That moved us up into P5, and there's some of these people are going on to mediums. I wasn't sure if they would be able to go to the end or not, but I was just trying to carry on with my strategy here for the time being, as we then have our teammate Limitless in, and also Reynolds, and yeah, from the looks of things, it is the mediums once again then for Limitless. I think Jork was the only person who actually started on the mediums, and then he's behind us now. Then Midget finally pits after, just like in the AOR race, we got stuck behind him, and Flying Finn also pitted on that lap for mediums, so that puts us now into the lead of the race. So yeah, we'll see if those people who went onto the medium tyres then before us will be able to go to the end. But yeah, we stayed out until lap 15 on ours, and I think that should have, well, that should get us to the end then comfortably. I mean, you can usually get like maybe about 50% more like tyre life out of, well, laps out of like the next stage harder tyres. So doing 15 laps on softs, then we should be able to do 21 laps on mediums. We'll see where we can come out then, as it's going to be close with Midget, but looks like he has just got us then. But yeah, he did have a few laps on his fresher tyres though, so I was sort of quite happy really with the pace like that we had on those old soft tyres there. I've not really lost much time, and yeah, this time there's going to be no messing around. We're going to look to the inside, and yeah, we're through them past Midget and into 8th place. He's got a good run now out of the corner, so we're definitely going to have to defend then down this back straight. Morso is right there as well, and yeah, it's like being back in AOR really, battling Midget and Morso. But yeah, we managed to hold on for the time being then, but Morso has managed to overtake Midget there, and yeah, we are up then to 8th position. And yeah, we've got Morso there on the soft tyres, so he is 100% definitely doing a 2-stop here then, and yeah, he is through. And I was sort of hoping he'd pull away here a bit, just so that we didn't really suffer too much in the dirt. Yeah, I didn't really want to like lose too much time battling him either, and, you know, wearing out our tyres. But yeah, we did get a good run towards turn 4 there, and I wasn't really sure like what he was going to do there, if he was going to go out wide or maybe I'd be able to cut back underneath. So yeah, he managed to position himself well there and stay ahead. Yeah, we did have Jork pit a few laps after that. As I said, he started on the mediums. Then we had Reynolds pit. He was on the soft tyres, so yeah, he was definitely doing a 2-stop then, so that puts us back ahead of him then. So yeah, we're still behind Morso then, who didn't pull away from us, and his tyres were probably getting quite old at this point. But yeah, you can see down straight here, we were in rich mix, we had DRS, and we were just not gaining at all. So yeah, really just once again showing that there is a problem with slipstream on this game, certainly online. And yeah, that's quite frustrating, as you see here as well, just not really gaining. We also have Callum in the pits there, and I think someone else, I'm not sure who. But yeah, that moves us up then into P5. And yeah, it was lap 24 by this point, so I was expecting yeah, more so to be in quite soon. But yeah, just once again there, not gaining at all with the DRS, which is massively frustrating. But he does lose the back end though out of turn 4, so we're going to have a very good run here then up towards turn 6 here. We looked to the inside, but there's very little chance of getting past there. So I decided to hold back. Maybe I'll look there, but he knew what I was going to do there, and yeah, he managed to cover it off. So yeah, we couldn't make that move stick there. But he does pit at the end of the lap then, so that does release us into a bit of clean air. And Alonso does actually pit then, so some people who did go for the medium tyres did have to pit again. So we are up now then into 4th place with no more pit stops to make. A nice cushion behind us as well, as Midget is still in P5 and probably going to the end as well. So we do have a nice little cushion here then up in P4, and towards the end then Limitless also did pit. So I think some people probably did want to go to the end on mediums, but realised sort of near the end that they couldn't manage it. Yeah, so Limitless, surprised there that he went on to soft tyres. He probably could have gone on super soft to the end, but I don't really think it made much difference. I think the 2 STS drivers had pulled away quite a bit at this point, and yeah, Limitless caught us quite quickly anyway on those fresh tyres. I wasn't really going to race him at all here, because obviously I had to watch out for my tyre wear and also make sure that I did hang on to this P4 here. I had managed to keep it clean, not get any penalties yet, so yeah, I just let him through there, gave him the DRS and then just let him through. We can also, you know, get a little bit of DRS there as well, but yeah, there was no point in racing him there. And yeah, he went off then up into P3, and Reynolds did catch us then, but I didn't know at this point that he had penalties, so I wasn't too worried about him getting through. I was just sort of worried about sort of getting tangled up and having an incident more than anything, or, you know, making a mistake and getting a penalty. So yeah, I didn't really fight this one too hard. I mean, not that I really could in anyway, because my tyres were quite worn. But yeah, he goes through into 4th place. I wasn't really too worried. I was just watching that tyre wear there, which was getting into the 70s, so we were right on the limit then. And I think Midget, who paired a few laps before us, certainly struggled towards the end of this race, and yeah, we didn't really see much of him after the overtake. But I was actually really happy with this one then. I was expecting to be quite a lot lower down. We were going to cross line then, and it is going to be 4th place then once Reynolds' penalty is rallied on. So I was really quite happy with that, because it's been sort of AOR and STS sort of locking out the top 4 a lot this season, and yeah, even though this race doesn't really count for anything in the championship, but with them already being wrapped up, I didn't really want to like show AOR in a bad light. So to be sort of around about where they've been anyway this season is, you know, I was quite happy with that then. And yeah, I do feel that, you know, it's quite good that even though AOR swapped out both their drivers for this race, that we still managed to get pretty much the exact same result. I mean, I know I'm not an Evo or a Matthias, and they probably would have challenged for the win here, but yeah, still a very I'm happy enough with how I did there, and I think that was a solid finish for the yeah, to round out the season. So yeah, thanks again to Fizzy for messaging me in the first place and asking if I wanted to be part of this as a reserve. And yeah, as I said, it was certainly an honour to drive a couple of races for AOR. I'm glad that at the second time of asking I did finally manage to get some points on the board, but of course we did help Jason a bit in the tier 2 race to help him get that win. So yeah, we made a small contribution, but at least we did something. But yeah, it has been a fun season actually to follow. I remember last season there was some sort of controversies with Apollo and some other leagues, and yeah, I thought I wasn't going to be a part of this again, but to be fair, I've enjoyed watching the races this season. They are all up, I think, on the ULC channel, so yeah, check those out. They've been quite fun to watch actually, and there has been some controversies, but nothing like sort of last season where it was people constantly hating on each other all the time. But yeah, so it has been a fun season to sort of watch and sort of partly be part of. And yeah, AOR will be back in a couple of weeks. Don't know what league I'm going to be in, but yeah, I'm certainly going to be applying for season 15. And yeah, see you for that then probably. Thanks for watching this one, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.